guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So today we're making meatballs. I've got some gorgeous grass-fed beef that's really lean that I'm going to use for this recipe, and I've got some ciabatta bread I need to get rid of, and so there's a couple of reasons why I need to make these meatballs. I've also got some marinara that I made. I'm going to attach that video in the video response section below, so when you look down in the comments you'll see video responses on my video and you can go directly to those videos if you'd like. Anyways, if you like meatballs, somewhere along the way in this video, if I'm doing a good job for you, maybe give me a thumbs up. Go check out my Facebook page. I'm going to leave all the links that I'd like you to go visit in the description box below, and we're going to get to making meatballs. Come on. Okay, so I'm really glad you stayed for this one because these are delicious. They're very simple and, you know, just a few ingredients. You can take away, put back, add to, do whatever you like. I've got this pound of, it's 93.7 grass-fed, all-natural ground beef, and it is delicious. I've got some parsley. I've got tons of garlic here, and just be really patient and keep mincing it tinier and tinier. Don't give up until you feel like you've got this as small as you can get it. I've got my Wild Trees spaghetti blend, and it's an Italian seasoning blend. I have some herbs de Provence, about a half a teaspoon of extra fennel, and there's a tablespoon and a half of each of those big herbs. I've got 2 eggs, and you know, I had plans to use my pasta sauce that I made for you, my marinara, and my husband left to go back to his job, and lo and behold, the marinara went with him. So I've got some home canned jarred pasta sauce that I did last year out of the garden. Same deal. It's going to taste the same, and I'll leave that video in the description box. I've got some Himalayan pink salt, some organic crushed red peppers, and this is ciabatta bread that I need to use up. It's not stale, but I do need to use it, and I like fresh breadcrumbs in this. It adds just a little depth of sweetness. I don't know why, that ciabatta is really kind of sweet. And then I do have some cream that I'm going to put in here. I know that sounds odd, but it works. So let me get this ciabatta. And we're not going to use all these breadcrumbs on this recipe, but since I have the processor out, you just chop those up, get it as fine or as, you know, textured as you want. I really love fresh. And now what's left over, I'm going to season and make amazing Italian seasoned breadcrumbs for a topping or the next time I'm making something where I need them. Okay, so now I'm going to roll my parsley up like a cigar and get to chopping. And if I had fast forward right now, I would impress you guys with my chopping skills, but I don't have fast forward. No, I'm going to scoop out some of my breadcrumbs. I want about a cup of breadcrumbs. And I'm going to kind of pack those in there a little bit. Healthy cup of breadcrumbs going down. There we go. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab my garlic up on my knife, throw that in there. And because it's so small, as the meatballs cook, that will cook as well. Get my parsley in there, which will make them pretty. Okay. And then I've got my spices. Remember, I've got a tablespoon of herbs de Provence, a half a teaspoon of extra fennel. I've got a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half of Wild Trees spaghetti blend. It's absolutely phenomenal. There's a link below. So then we don't have any moisture in here, right? So we're going to go ahead and crack an egg in. And I buy and drop all organic, range-free eggs. If I do not have chickens, and right now we do not, there's about 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Maybe not even that much. If I need more, I have another carton. I love keeping that on hand. And then I want a, you know, good, healthy amount of red pepper flakes. We just like them. So probably all in all, half a teaspoon or a heavy pinch of red pepper flakes. I also forgot to tell you how much we love paprika. So I want some smoked paprika in here. And this is a new container, so I need a spoon. And I'm just going to put a good teaspoon in there. Okay. Just adds a little extra something, something. Okay, now we're going to do the Himalayan pink salt, and I'm only going to do like, eighth of a teaspoon, quarter of a teaspoon, somewhere in there. I don't want more than a serving in this whole thing. So now, because I need to mix it, and this is going to tell me if I have enough moisture or not, I'm going to put a glove on, and then I'm going to put a glove on my left hand for rolling. And some people would add pork to this, but I'm trying to keep it on the leaner side. So, and I feel like I've got plenty of moisture. You can kind of get a feel for it with your hands. You don't want to overwork this and make anything tough or anything like that, but you've got to get everything incorporated together. Smells good. Smells like garlic. I can smell everything. All the dehydrated herbs and spices will rehydrate as this meat is cooking. It's another reason why I want to keep it nice and moist. So that's the feel and texture of that you want. You want to feel like it's moist. Okay, now I'm going to bring over my tray and I'm going to preheat my oven. I have an on-the-counter oven that I absolutely love. It's big enough to fit 2 rotisserie chickens, but it saves on power. I don't have to heat up the big oven and all that. And then your meatball, what size of meatballs that you like, it's really personal preference. Because I'm going to have this, or we're going to have this as a meatball and just marinara sauce and a salad on the side. I'm going to make these kind of big because I can. Look at that. That looks fabulous. Oh. Can't wait to add some Parmigiano Reggiano. So about what you would, fill your palm if you're doing large meatballs. And that's really what I'm doing. So, because this is going to be dinner. 2 of these and some sauce and a salad. Perfectly fine. Right there, we've got our Italian meatballs ready to go in the oven. I'm going to put these in the oven at a pretty high temperature because I want the outside of these to sear. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some Wild Trees grapeseed oil down there. I've got a chili oil that I'm using up, and I'm just going to drizzle down a little bit of that over the top of each one of these. That'll help kind of brown it and add some more flavor. Now you could probably put olive oil, but I'm cooking this at a pretty high temperature, so I don't know that I want that. Grapeseed oil has a really high smoke temp, so there you go. And now it's going in the oven. I'll bring you back when these are all, well, gosh darn it, when these are all browned off, and I can show you how I simmer them in the sauce. All right, because we're not going to completely cook them in the oven. Okay guys, so I'm ready to put my pasta sauce in. I'm going to start my burner. This is a little 3-quart cast iron pan that I love. That cast iron, well, first off, it's a healthy way to cook if you're using it without the enamel coating, but it's also absolutely perfect heating and even heating and retention of heat. So now I've got my pasta sauce, and I'm going to share something with you. I didn't think a pint would be enough to cover those big old meatballs, so I got a 1.5 pint jar out. Good seal. Smells fabulous out of the pantry. And so I'm just going to pour that down. And that should be enough to nestle these down. I don't need them necessarily swimming. Well, they are going to be swimming. Who wouldn't want to swim in an Italian pool like that? All right. And so then I've got my, oh, I love that smell. It's very herbaceous. It's fresh. That came out of my garden. And I believe those were Marzano, maybe they weren't Marzano tomatoes, but they were delicious nonetheless. So that I've browned these meatballs and in the oven. So we're staying on the lean side, and you're just going to nestle them in there, right? And I'm going to let them simmer. They're no longer perfect ball shape, but they are perfect. Look how brown. Let's see if you can see that. Got brown on the bottom, and they're hot. So burn your fingers. And perfect. See, and I probably could have got away with the pint, but this, I really want them nestled in there. And we're going to cover these when they come out. So every once in a while, you don't want them to break apart, but while these are simmering for the next half hour, I'm going to simmer these because they're about halfway cooked. So for the next half hour, I'll simmer these in this pasta sauce, and when they're ready to come out, we can coat them in any kind of cheese we want. Let me get you closer. I don't think you can see them good enough. Look at them. They're in the molten lava bed of Italian goodness. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so finally the end result. We've simmered this on the stove. Actually, I simmered this in the sauce for about 40 minutes. So I know these are way tender, well done. And the benefit of this is we've got more sauce than we do meat, but you could have this over pasta, but I've got a different application I'm going to show you for this recipe. And it was intentionally supposed to be for my homemade marinara, but you know what happened to that. So I'm not going to use any pasta. We are totally going decadent. We're having 2 meatballs, and I'm going to grab a smallish one and a large one. And we're going to add another spoon of sauce down over the top of that. And doesn't that look delicious? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to zoom on in because I can't take it. Can you take it? That looks amazing right there. Let's zoom into that. And I'm going to put down that beautiful parm on top. Give you a bite. Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to come back because I do have another really decadent recipe to use for this pasta sauce. So you get your block of really good aged Parmigiano Reggiano, and you're just gonna shower it like a little snow shower over the top. You could put mozzarella on there, you could do whatever you want. We're going to do this. Adds a little salty bite to it too. So that's really all we need. Now I want to make sure, can you see that? Oh my gosh, yes you can. Hold on, we're going in for a bite. Just take a bite of that, dip it in that sauce, and get a bite of your meatball. Wow, it's absolutely delicious. It's tender, it's amazing. Then you take a breadstick, and I toasted off some ciabatta bread, the breading that's in there, and garlic, of course, and dip that in the sauce, and there you go. Wow, it's just absolutely fabulous. So I hope this inspires you guys to stay with me. Come along on the rest of my videos. Hit that thumbs up button if you like this. Maybe go share it on your Facebook page, add it to your favorites list. This is fabulous. Without a doubt, winner, winner. Oh my gosh, you make these for guests and they are gonna love you forever. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.